Hi, do you like my Scooby-Doo mug? Pretty cool, right? Right, welcome. How are we doing? Today, I'm going to be breaking down this landing page. So this is going to be a full psychological breakdown where I'm going to be typing on my little notepad over here. And as I read through each sentence, I'll be telling you the specific strategies that the copywriter here is intentionally doing in order to keep the reader fully engaged as possible so that they can have that burning desire to purchase the product, which is the whole point of copywriting. Okay, so let's get into it. So, with every headline, I like to follow a specific structure, which is the 4 U's. So, at least 2 out of the 4 U's here, 2 of them out of the 4 needs to be included in every headline for the headline to actually be eye-catching and intriguing enough for the reader to continue to engage with your copy. Which is obviously extremely important, because if they don't continue reading your copy, then they're not even going to get the chance to purchase your product. So what are you doing? Okay, so it's important you follow a specific structure just like the 4 U's. Okay, so the first one is unique. Now, this is pretty obvious, right? Every headline needs to have a sense of uniqueness. It can't be the same boring, bland headlines that most people see nowadays. We are dealing with people who have short span attentions, who have TikTok brains, who need instant gratification. So we just need to give them a headline that's unusual, that's unique, and that's the only way we can stop them at their tracks and catch their initial attention, unfortunately. Okay, second one is useful. Now, this is also extremely important. How useful is this product for the reader? How is it going to benefit their lives? What's in it for them? This is extremely important, because people, when they buy anything, if you're selling anything, you need to make sure that you are telling them the benefits. How is it going to benefit their life? Is it going to make them richer? Is it going to make them more attractive? Is it going to boost their status? Is it going to, I don't know, perhaps make them grow taller somehow, make them lose weight, whatever it might be? Is it going to benefit their lives in a way that is going to boost their status? I think that's the most important part. Okay, number 3, urgent. Every headline needs to have a sense of urgency for them to continue reading your copy, because if there isn't, then it's going to be pretty hard to convince them to read like 10 pages of your landing page, right? If there's no sense of urgency. So that's why it's important. Number 4, ultra specific. Now, this is last on the list because it's not as important, but this really depends on what you are selling. Sometimes you have to be slightly more specific with your product if it's slightly confusing and not many people know about it, right? Because if you are just completely vague in your headline and you don't really tell the readers what the copy or the landing page is going to be about, they don't even know what the product or offer is, that sometimes can work. But usually most people would like to actually have a general idea of what the copy is about before they actually continue reading your copy. So ultra specific is also important, but it isn't as important as urgent, useful, and unique. Okay, let's read this headline. Yeah, ready to crack the cold traffic code. Discover the exact step-by-step method to build a cold traffic funnel that generates buyers from scratch and profitably scales to cold media. Okay, there's nothing unique about that. Fucking shit. I'm joking. There's nothing unique about that, unfortunately. It's quite compact, right? I would say it's definitely ultra specific. I mean, there's a lot to understand here. Ready to crack the cold traffic code. I guess you could argue. I guess you could argue that it's somewhat unique, but it's not unique enough for the TikTok brain, unfortunately. But yeah, it's ultra specific because we understand now that we get to discover an exact step-by-step method to build a cold traffic funnel that generates buyers from scratch and profitably scales to cold media. I would say that's quite specific for a headline. There's a lot going on there, and it is also extremely useful. So we can say yes for useful. This guy promises us that he's going to show us how to build a cold traffic funnel that generates buyers from scratch. A cold traffic funnel. This is a very big pain point for some marketers, right? Cold traffic is the hardest traffic to scale because it's cold and people don't know who you are. So this is a big pain point. So this is going to be incredibly useful for the marketers who are struggling to scale their business. And is it urgent? No, there's nothing urgent about that, unfortunately. I guess if you're a marketer who is struggling to scale and you've been looking for a solution and you've just found this solution, this guy can give you a cold traffic funnel, then I guess it might spike up that sense of urgency. But for the general marketer who I guess is struggling with the cold traffic funnel but doesn't really know why or how, then it's not really going to spike up a sense of urgency. So I would say half and half. Okay, so 2.5 U's have been ticked off in this headline, which is okay. It's decent. It could be better though. I would say it could be a bit more exciting, you know. For now, it's quite boring, I would say. It's very useful. It's very specific, but it's quite boring. But that's okay. You know, let's continue. I'm not going to critique someone's professional copy. Okay. So we've got a video over here, which we won't be watching, so don't worry, because that is 4 minutes and 31 seconds. No one wants to watch that. Join the waitlist, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, the 5-day Buyers from Scratch Challenge started on February 22nd. Are you tired of sending traffic to your website and getting nothing in return? Has your company been successful in the past, but for some reason you're feeling stuck? Okay, so these questions, he's trying to identify the target audience, right? These are personal rhetorical questions which some of the marketers who are struggling to scale will completely relate to, you know? Is your product or service great? Yeah, my product is great. You know, my mug is so great. Why aren't people buying this? You know, it's got bike on the front of it, but it isn't selling like it should. Yeah, no one's buying my mug. Even, you know, it's $500. Why? I don't understand why people don't want to buy this $500 mug. You know, all that stuff. Do you want to learn how to profitably acquire customers on demand? Yes, I do. Do you want direct live access to experts who can help you with your funnel strategy, offer, marketing, sales, and any question you have? Yes, do everything for me, please. Do you want a proven step-by-step method to build a cold traffic funnel that generates buyers from scratch? Yes, do all the work for me because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Join Ryan Deese. Okay, whatever. For the 5-day Buyers from Scratch Challenge. 5-day Buyers from Scratch Challenge. 5 days. That's relatively fast. It's not 5 months 5 months Buyers from Scratch Challenge, is it? 5 days. That is going to be quite intriguing. Introducing Buyers from Scratch Challenge with Ryan Deese. Join the waitlist. Note, the challenge has already started. Oh shit. The challenge has already started. What? But join the waitlist to be notified when the next challenge starts. So, wow, that's great, isn't it? The challenge has already started. So there's some fear of missing out. FOMO ignited. FOMO ignited now. Scarcity. Now they're going to be wondering, shit, I just missed out on this big opportunity. I'm an idiot. I need to join this waitlist now so I can be notified for the next time this event happens. So yeah, FOMO, scarcity, and a sense of urgency has been spiked for them to join this waiting list so that they don't miss out on the next opportunity. Time sensitive. In just 60 minutes per day, this 5-day live and highly interactive challenge will help you build a cold traffic funnel that generates customers on demand and profitably scales to cold traffic. Wow. So in just 60 minutes per day, it's not too long. It doesn't take too much of your time. 5-day live and highly interactive challenge will help you build a cold traffic funnel. So it's massively useful. We can finally build a cold traffic funnel, which is a big pain point for most marketers who are struggling to scale. They are struggling to scale with cold traffic, but this guy, who's obviously an expert, can help us with his 5-day live, highly interactive challenge. And he promises us that we can generate customers on demand and profitably scale to cold traffic. That's what we want. That's what we need to do. Thank you very much. I'm joining this waitlist. So, discover the exact strategy Ryan has used to grow and scale not one, not two, but 13 seven-figure businesses. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Ranging from consumer products to live events to marketing training. Okay, so credibility right there. 13 seven-figure businesses. Massive credibility. He's obviously an expert with this. And this is also going to build an important emotion, which is trust. We can trust this guy now because he's the expert. He obviously knows what he's doing. So we can trust whatever the hell he has to say. So this is also in return going to ignite the safe emotion. Trust is important, but safety, feeling comfortable is extremely important as well, just on top of that. Because if the customer doesn't feel comfortable or safe with your purchase, they feel a bit on edge, there's no way they're purchasing your product. Even though they trust you, they might still be on edge. So it needs to go hand in hand. Trust and safety, incredibly important. And you can do this if you show proof that you are an expert in this area and you're not here to scam anyone and you actually know what you are talking about, which obviously Ryan does, because look at this guy, 13 seven-figure businesses. Crazy. Okay. It's not complicated and it works like a clockwork. It works like clockwork. Excuse me. The only thing you need is a computer with internet access and about 5 days of your time. 5 days, it's fast. Doesn't take too much of your time. That is massively intriguing. And it boosts the need for this product because it's only 5 days. It's not 5 months. It's only 5 days, and perhaps I could start making a huge amount of money with this expert's help in just 5 days. It's not long. It's fast. And here we've got some testimonials. David Cameron Gigandi. Okay. First, a massive thanks to Michael Dalton Garrett Cannon and the wonderful Ryan Deese. My biggest aha was the big idea formula. That's by itself is gold. Then the funnel's numbers. This guy needs to work on his English. Dimitri Inglesos. The funnel numbers are golden. Okay. Russian name. There is so damn good spend. There is so damn good spent $10. I am grateful to you, Ryan Deese. Thank you. Okay, no. That makes it human, right? Some typos, that makes it human. That shows that the testimonials aren't built from an AI built system, right? So yeah, testimonials, that equals trust and that equals credibility. Okay, let's continue, right? Fellow marketer, imagine what would happen if you could get 100 new customers every single day. Imagine what would happen. You'd probably make a lot more money. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your business is growing predictably and profitably. Imagine knowing you can craft funnels that convert total strategy into customers at a profit on demand. What would you do for your income? How much closer would you be to achieving financial freedom? Would this make it easier for you to take care of yourself and those around you? Wow, so he's diving deep into the primal instinct, the human primal instinct to protect our family members. And I assume we can only do this if we achieve financial freedom, right? And the only way we can achieve financial freedom is if we buy this guy's course or this 5-day live stream. So, personal rhetorical questions. Also, an extremely good tactic when you're writing copy, because it makes the reader think. It puts us into an imaginative state, and we start to wonder, yeah, my life would look better if I could just achieve financial freedom. I could possibly help my grandma. I'll put her in a care home finally. That's not funny. Okay. If you feel like you're just spinning your wheels and no matter how hard you work, your business isn't growing as it should, I'm willing to bet that the real reason you're stuck isn't what you think it is. Okay. Yes, traffic costs are up. Yes, competition is fierce. Yes, a pandemic has fundamentally changed the way we live and work. But are any of these factors the real reason you're stuck? I don't think so. In fact, I believe the real reason your sales have stalled, the real reason your new product hasn't launched, the real reason you just flat out aren't making as much money as you should be making usually comes down to one thing. Your marketing doesn't scale. Okay, thank you for that. Marketing doesn't scale. So he used some repetition here to make it more powerful, The real reason, the real reason, the real reason. You just flat out aren't making as much money. Capital letters, This is common copywriting tactics. Repetition, capital letters, sounding enthusiastic, sounding excited about presenting this offer to you. That's extremely important. When you sound excited, that energy transfers onto the reader. Because now we feel excited because this guy's screaming in our face. So we also have a boost of enthusiasm when the copywriter shows that he is excited about presenting the opportunity to us. Okay, your marketing doesn't scale. Here's the deal. Most winning marketing campaigns stop working at scale. If you've ever advertised on Facebook, Instagram, or Google, tell me if this sounds familiar. You launch a brand new campaign with a fairly small test budget. After a day or two, it's clear you have a winner. Volume is small, but campaign is profitable, so you ratchet up the budget. As your spend increases, so do sales. Immediate return on investment dips a bit, but you're still in the black, so you pour on a little more budget. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you pour on a lot more budget. After all, we have a winner. It's time to scale. Next thing you know, you're telling Facebook and Google, there's The Simpsons, I don't really know. But then something happens. Conversions drop, sales dry up, and your winning campaign becomes a big fat loser. You do your best to optimize the ad copy and targeting, but nothing seems to work. Even more frustrating, when you drop your spend back down to the original test budget levels, the campaign is still a flop. What happened, you ask yourself? Why do profitable campaigns suddenly become unprofitable the moment you try and scale them? So he's diving into the pain. This is going to be hugely relatable to some of the marketers who are struggling to scale and who have paid for Google, Facebook ads and all that stuff. For people who haven't, this isn't necessarily going to be relatable to them, because he's just telling us a whole story about trying to budget, about trying to scale with ads. But it's still, I guess, it's still intriguing. It's still interesting. We can still put up with boring copy because this guy's an expert. We can still read through boring copy, because whatever he says, we can trust what he says now, right? Even if it's boring. Okay. Most marketers won't admit this, but this is the question we're all desperately trying to answer. And the good news is I'm about to do just that. It turns out the secret to profitable scale has almost nothing to do with your skills as a media buyer. It's nothing to do with your skills. Don't worry about yourself. Yes, there are things you need to know and basic rules you need to follow. But at this point, clicks in Facebook, Instagram, and Google cost what they cost. And there's little you can do to change that. So if the secret to profitable scale isn't in the ad buying, then what is it? The liberating truth you must understand is this: there's no such thing as a traffic problem. I'll say that again because it's important. There's no such thing as a traffic problem. Today, it's easier than ever to get traffic to your website. Buying traffic is a lot like buying a book. It's easier than ever. It's easy, therefore, anyone can do it. So, therefore, he's installing hope into every individual reader that they will be able to make money with this, and they will be able to scale their marketing. Buying traffic is a lot like buying a book. If you want a book, you go back to the bookstore, aka Amazon, and you order the book. Similarly, if you want traffic, all you have to do is go to the traffic store, aka Google and Facebook, and order up some traffic. You may not fully believe what I'm about to say, but trust me, traffic is the easy part. The more challenging piece of the puzzle is what happens to your visitor after they hit your page. To put it another way, the real secret of profitably acquiring customers at a large scale, at a scale, is learning to build funnels that expand the circle. Okay, here we've got a circle. I realize this is a little bit cryptic, so please allow me to explain. Okay, the chart above describes the 4 market types that exist at all times and in all industries and verticals. They are ideal market, people who are aware of your products and services and who already know you, like you, and trust you. Available market, people who may not be familiar with you and your brand, but who are actively seeking a solution that you provide. So available market, this is what the guys at Ryan Deese, this is who he's talking to. The available market, the marketers who are struggling to scale, who are looking for a solution, and they've happened to stumble across this page, which is the solution and the answer to their prayers, right? Addressable market. This group knows that they have a problem, but they aren't aware of or committed to any particular solution. Also, addressable market will fit into this to the audience reading this copy as well. This group is your biggest untapped opportunity and holds the secrets to profitable scale. And scalable market, this group is the most difficult to reach because they are neither aware of your solution, nor are they even aware that they have a problem that needs to be solved. Can I be blunt with you? Keeping it conversational, like a one-on-one personal conversation. That's what you need to do with your copy. Don't sound like you are, I don't know, talking to 100 people. Make your language convey that you are talking to one singular person, and so the reader feels like they're having a one-on-one direct conversation with you. Very important. The fact is, it's fairly easy to build a marketing campaign that converts to your ideal market. These are the people who want what you're selling, and more importantly, they already know, like, and trust you. This is equivalent to sending a promotion to your own customer list. We get the idea. And this is why sales stall and marketers get stuck. Nearly all the funnels I see that work at first but then fail at scale have the exact same problem. They're all targeting the wrong audience type. They're either targeting the ideal market or they're targeting the available market, but almost no one is actively creating campaigns and funnels designed to convert the addressable market, which in any niche is at least 10 times the size of both the ideal and the available markets combined. Okay, so he's just given us some educational value here, which in return is going to build a huge amount of trust and credibility. He's already showed us he's the expert, but he's providing us with his actual some expert knowledge, right? Which is incredibly valuable for us. So if you want to grow your sales and profits, your mission is simple. You need to build a funnel that can profitably scale to cold media, and to do that, you need to build evergreen campaigns that can attract and convert not just your ideal market, but the much larger addressable market and even larger scalable market. Let me show you. Thousands of split tests, hundreds of tools, and millions in ad spend reveal the fastest path to profitable growth. When you've been in business long enough to survive multiple Google updates, Facebook targeting changes, iOS tracking changes, new advertising channels, new tech, new tools, new selling methods, you get to the point you're going to learn a thing or 1,000. So again, he's got credibility. He's been through years and years of hardship, and he knows what he's talking about. And make a big discovery along the way. So he's made a big discovery. It didn't matter what marketing and tech worlds threw at us, because ultimately the ability to craft funnels that convert total strangers into customers at a profit is the single most valuable skill anyone can have. Normally, it will take years of practice and experimentation to become an expert at crafting funnels that convert strangers into paying customers on a consistent basis. Normally, it would take you years, 10 years to develop this skill. Over the past decade, I've developed a step-by-step method to discover the big idea selection. That's the big idea, select a proven selling model, craft the perfect funnel, and ultimately scale it to cold media. And this method can be taught to marketers just like you in a matter of days. Boom. Huge time frame job. It's fast, it's easy, anybody can do it. If we go, this is going to ignite the new emotion. And we can only get this from Ryan. So in a matter of days. So there's a time frame skip. Usually it would take 10 years, right, or whatever, to build this skill. Usually it would, right? But with me, with my new solution that you can only get from me, you can build this skill in a week. It's easy and anyone can do it. It's safe because I am an expert. 10 years of trial and error. I know what I am talking about. This is also big. You don't want to miss out, because the wait list is only available for the next 2 days. So join the wait list now before you miss out on the 5-day live stream, which is going to teach you the ins and outs of how to scale to cold media and develop the most important skill in marketing, which is finding the right audience. You can't learn this anywhere else. I scaled 13 7-figure businesses. Can anyone else say that? Huh? What? Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's basically the whole copy. So it's new, it's easy, anybody can do it. You can only get this from Ryan. It's safe because Ryan is an expert. There's no risk. He's not trying to rip you off. And this is a massive, big opportunity because it's only a 5-day live stream. It's not going to come around again. You have to join the wait list. You don't want to miss out. That's essentially the whole copy and what it's trying to convey onto the reader. So yeah. Okay, so here's the schedule. 5 days, 4 critical elements of a winning funnel: discovering big ideas and EPOs, proven cold traffic funnel models, crafting your funnel and running the numbers, metrics that matter, and your 90-day growth plan. Very cool, good stuff. And here we've got some more information about Ryan, which we don't need to read. I'm sure Ryan is an incredible expert and knows everything there is about scaling cold traffic. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you for this landing page. And yeah, that's it. So, I mean, I kind of just outlined the message that this that this landing page was trying to give out. You know, it's new. It's new because no one is like Ryan Dennis. Ryan Dennis is one of a kind. He's an expert. He has credibility. He knows what he's talking about. He's scaled 13 7-figure businesses. So this is some new information. He can provide you with some new information that you've never heard before that you can only get from Ryan Deese. It's easy. It's only 5 days. It's a 5-day interactive live stream. So it's easy. Anyone can learn how to do this. Before, it used to take 10 years to develop this skill, but now Ryan can teach you it in days. So it's fast, it's easy, and anybody can do it. It's also safe because Ryan is the expert. He's not here to rip you off. It's safe. You can join the waitlist now and you won't be scammed. It's big because this is such a big opportunity. You can learn a skill that used to take years to develop. You can learn it in a matter of days. It's a huge opportunity, and you can start generating money from cold traffic funnels, which you were previously struggling with. So Ryan is going to give you the answer to your prayers, the solution you've been looking for, how to generate from a cold traffic funnel. Massively important, massively useful, and you don't want to miss out on this opportunity, because if you do, then you're going to still end up struggling to scale your marketing. That's the whole message of this landing page. And yeah, very good stuff. I'm gonna head to the toilet now, so I'll see you very soon. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.